Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back, episode 4. Awesome. Hey, I'm really blown away with our steadily upticking subscriber count. That's super cool. But thank you to everybody. Yeah, get involved. Love to hear it. Love to see it. If you're a subscriber, shoot us a message or a comment and let us know what you like, what you don't like. Let's get after it. Let's keep going. Okay, cool. Today, beautiful Thursday here in the New York area. I've got my black retro NUFC hat on. I want to do my Premier League end of season prediction. So I'm going to go through my 20 by the end of the season. I know we're already in game week 3, but whatever. It's transfer window. It's crazy. Like, things have settled. I feel like we can at least make a good decision. I know the table is live and active, but whatever. Take it with a grain of salt. But okay, cool. I'm going to pop these up. I'm going to talk through my picks, and then let me know what you think. Disagree? Think these are terrible? You think I'm onto something? Let's have a chat. Okay, cool. Starting with number 1. Listen, I don't want to give these guys number 1. I know we're all sick of them. I just think, listen, if Liverpool are going to spend this much money, acquire that much talent, you got no excuses. Like, you have to win the Premier League. And I'd say if you just win the Premier League, like, that's even a bit of a disappointment too. So, I would love to be wrong on this one, and nothing would make me happier than seeing Liverpool fall short of their lofty expectations this year. But for right now, just with the amount of firepower they have, I'm going to go Liverpool number 1. Cool. Number 2, I think this team is really hot. I know Delap just went down with an injury, but man, I think Chelsea, with João Pedro, like, I think they just have a really special attack. I think I'm bummed. I think I'm more bummed about not getting him than Ekitike. Obviously love our guys, love our Volta-Mead, this World War II up front, but yeah, João Pedro's good, and I think he's going to continue to be good. So I'm going to say Chelsea at 2. Number 3, I know it's internationals, but man, has Haaland been on fire. I think Manchester City's kind of due for a little bit of a redemption arc this year. I feel like they were kind of quiet and a little bit underperforming last year. I know they're riddled with injuries right now, but I think Haaland has a resurgence. I think they kind of pull it together. So, Man City 3. Number 4, I guess just because they're relatively healthy, they've done some strengthening. I don't necessarily believe in Arteta or Gyökeres or, Saka to stay healthy through the season, but I'm going to put Arsenal at 4 right now, just because I think they're in a decent place squad-wise. But, man, leave it to Arsenal to shit the bed. And honestly, if they do end up 4th, yeah, I think Arteta might be gone by the end of the season. So, tough. Okay, number 5. I'm a homer. I think now that we have our stuff together, I think 5 is doable for us. I know we don't have the level that Isak brought, but I think between Wissa and Voltamata, like, they can unearth 25 goals between them. Hopefully the rest of the team chips in. Would be great to get like Gordon and Barnes back into scoring form. I'm always a big proponent of Tonali too. I think he should shoot more. I really do. But I think we got a great squad now. Dust is settled. Eddie Howe's after it. I think we are in a good spot. We just need to see this sort of new formula in action over a couple weeks. But yeah, I'm going to say it. We're number 5. And who are we ahead of? Honestly, one of my favorite teams of the early fall, late summer window. I think this team's really scary. Crystal Palace. I'm putting them in at 6. I just think they've got kind of like this chip on their shoulder. I know Gahey's head might not be totally there, but like, man, Mateta is really great. The Iwobi, no, wrong guy. There's another guy up front that I love for them. I just think they've got a really like fierce squad. Great coaching. They already beat Liverpool for the early season cup. So like, yeah, CP6. Number 7. Okay, I think Spurs probably theoretically should be higher. There's something about them that doesn't seem like it's gonna click right away. I think Thomas Frank's a great coach. Maybe they need a season to like put all these pieces together. Yeah, I'm kind of a little down on Spurs. I'm putting them at 7. These next two are tough. I like both of these teams a lot. I think they're sort of challenger teams like us. I'm going number 8 Everton, number 9 Nottingham Forest. Everton with Grealish, they seem to have a nice new energy about them. I hope that they can play to that level too and keep it up. Nottingham Forest would have been higher for me, and I think for a lot of people it's probably like this, but like, all right, Ange Postecoglou is in all of a sudden, so that changes things. I think that team's going to be a little bit rocked by that. It's going to take them time to figure out how to play his style. These aren't his guys. I'm very excited to see the fireworks between Postecoglou and Marinakis, like just two big, bears going at it. Neither of them shy to like express their feelings. So they could be higher than 9th. They could be lower than 9th. Like Nottingham Forest is a wild card right now, but they've got a great squad. So I'm going to keep them there for now. I think they finish above Manchester United at number 10. I think Man U claws back a bit of their dignity this year. I'm not certain that Amara makes it through the season. I just think they've got enough firepower up front with the 3 blind mice that we couldn't get. I don't think they're going to be great this year. I think that team has a lot of other issues. Maybe Sesko figures it out. Who knows? I'm going to put them at 10 right now. Then you have kind of a tough run of like, I put Fulham at 11. I think they've shown some signs of life, and I really like their coach as well. Brighton at 12. Brighton just kind of always is floating around in there. I don't have much intelligence. They're able to keep Baleba. I'm not a big Baleba in Brighton, but at 12. This pick, 13, is kind of where I'm making another stand. I think Aston Villa kind of they're going to have a tough season. I don't love what I've seen so far from them. They seem to be a little bit on the back foot. The defense looks suspect. I don't know. I'm not really sure what's going on with Aston Villa. I don't think Aston Villa fans really know either. I think they're going to struggle a little bit this year. I think 14, you get Bournemouth. I think they're decent enough to hang around in there. I might be kind of interchangeable with them and Wolves. I have Wolves at 15. Listen, I think Strand Larsen's great, and they brought in that other striker, Arokadare, I think is how you say his name. But so let's see how they gel. I think that team has potential too. I know they've been kind of feisty this offseason. I think Wolves could be a surprise and be higher than I think. But yeah, Wolves at 15 right now. They are above Sunderland. I think Sunderland might stay up. I know they are a derby rival, and just all things anti-Sunderland. Personally, as a newish fan, I understand there's a big hate for them. I don't yet have that imbued in me, so let's see how I feel about them as the season goes forward. But they did a ton of work this offseason. They brought in a massive, like basically overhauled the squad. Granit Xhaka is their captain now, so okay, like I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say they maybe stay up. I think they might edge out West Ham. West Ham's, I don't know. They showed signs of life. Graham Potter stayed alive, but like, West Ham's like a season away from going down. They're in a tough spot. I've got cousins who are big West Ham fans, and there's not a ton to talk about with them as of late. Okay, so then we get into our relegation zone. I think you can understand by process of elimination who I've put here, but yeah, I think 18 Brentford. They've been rated by us, by Man U. They lost Thomas Frank. I think they've lost that X factor that made them kind of a fun and exciting team last year. Just don't really think they have what it takes to stay up this year, unfortunately. So you will see you'll see Sunderland kind of taking their place in next year's Premier League. That leaves Leeds at 19 and Burnley at 20. Don't have a ton of data points to go on from those two teams. Unfortunate that we have some beloved Newcastle alums in those squads, and Dubravka and Sean Longstaff. I think probably two of the teams that just came up are going to get squashed back down. So let's see how it goes. I'm trying to not pick. I'm trying to pick from my vantage point, right? Which is not an expert at all, but just going off vibes, going off how I've sort of read the tea leaves so far. So let me know what you think below. Get involved. Feel free to throw your top 20 or your 20 picks in, and let's see where it goes. Let's dance. That wraps it up for my show today. Just a quick one. I might try something a little bit weird and different for the Wolves show, or maybe before the Wolves show. I might add a quirk to this channel that I don't think you're expecting. So stay tuned for that, but we'll talk next time. Enjoy your Thursday. Let's get into them on Saturday, and stay tuned for something special maybe next time. Cool. Over and out. Peace.